What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be using the Purlisse moisturizer. It's a lightweight gel. I'm just going to rub that in all over the face, and this smells so amazing, you guys. I love this, and it works so well under makeup. The next, I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors foundation. I just got this one, and honestly, it is bomb, you guys. I'm using the shade 115 on the Dose of Colors blending sponge. So this foundation is very full coverage. I'm just going to be blending it in all over the face. We're just going to be pouncing it in and warming up the product on the skin. This is my first time using this blending sponge, and it is so soft. I just dampened it under the water and squeezed out the excess water. It's just so nice and soft on the skin. So once we're complete with the foundation, then we're going to move into our concealer. I also bought two concealers. We got 7 and 10. They're both in the light shade range, so I wasn't sure which one would work for me since this was my first time using it, but I decided to take the a little bit darker shade and just put that on all the high points of the face. So I'm just gonna blend that down, and then once we were done with that, I just dabbed a little bit of the lighter shade on top of that just to blend them in. I find that using concealer really brings life to the face, so I'm always trying out new ones, and honestly this one held up all day long. Also, the foundation did as well, so I think this was a really good buy, and I would definitely recommend these two products, and especially using them in together. They blended very nicely, and the colors were awesome as well. If you check out the Dose of Colors website, they have great swatches so you can find the perfect match for your skin. Once the concealer is completed, we're going to move on to our powder. So I'm using the Cory Airspun powder today. This one is in extra coverage translucent, so it's going to give you a little bit more extra coverage. That's why I like it. It works very well for my oily skin. They do have them in other colors as well. I also find that this powder looks really good in photos. There's no talc in it, so there's not going to be any flashback, which is perfect if you're going to be taking photos or have a special event maybe to go to. Next, I'm going to be dipping into the same powder with my brush and blending that in the rest of the face. Then we're going to go in with the Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer. This is in the color Sweet Tea. I'm just going to blend those in the hollows of the cheeks, forehead, chin, and then also underneath the jawline. Then I'm going to be going in with a smaller brush to contour out my nose. So you're really just creating shadows when you're doing this to the nose. If you have an uneven nose or it's a little bit crooked, you can make the illusion of a straighter nose. So you just want to come in the narrows of the nose, pretty close to the center, and just blend down the sides. You don't want to use too much product when it comes to your nose. You just want to use a light layer and then blend that in with a bigger fluffy brush. We're going to be going in with the Cover FX blush today. This was on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I am totally loving it so far. It has so much pigment, you guys. It's amazing. This one is in the shade Mahogany Mauve, and it's just so pretty. I love it, and it's gonna be so nice for summer. So I'm really just blending this into the skin until I get the exact pigment that I want. So there's two shades in the palette. The second one is going to be more of a highlighter shimmer shade, but it's still a blush. I wouldn't use it for a regular highlight. So I'm just putting that right on the apples of the cheeks, right over the blush. Then we're going in with the Ofra palette. I'm going to be using the first two shades in the palette. I'm using the shade Island Star and Rodeo Drive. Rodeo Drive is my all-time favorite when it comes to Ofra's highlighters. They're just super blinding and pigmented. It's amazing. So same thing with this. I'm just going to be building it up on my cheeks and then a little bit above the eyebrows and then down the center of the nose. I love a nice highlight. I also like to highlight the eyelids as well, especially if I'm not going to be using any eyeshadows, but I do this in general, even under eyeshadow, just because it's a really nice base. Along with contouring the nose, you definitely want to highlight as well. It also creates the illusion of a smaller nose and more of a button-like nose, which is really cute. I love it. Moving on to the brows, we're going in with the e.l.f. shader pencil. This is in the taupe shade. I like to use the lightest shade since I am blonde. And this pencil is literally $3. You guys need to stop what you're doing and go out and get it. It's so amazing. It's really hard to find my shade, so whenever I find it, I try to stock up with at least like 5, which is just so affordable. And I feel like it is comparable to the Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil. So it's really good. You can't go wrong even if you try it out and you don't like it. It's just amazing. So I'm really just sculpting out the brows. So we're going with the tail, and then we're going to come in underneath the front of the brow and then on top, just to create that shape that you really want. Then we're going to go in with the spoolie just to comb through and blend everything in. I like to look from one brow to the next just to make sure that they're even and as symmetrical as you can get them. Going in with the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. First, I'm going to take the shade Substitute for Love. So this is going to be a transition shade. We're going to take that with a fluffy brush and we're going to go right above the crease, blending in windshield wiper motions. We're going to do that on both sides, building it up to the color that we want to see. This is perfect for using underneath the darker shadows in case you need to blend something out that becomes too dark or it's uneven. So the next shade I'm going to take is the gold shade in the palette, and this is called Pure Ganache. It's a really pretty gold shade. I decided to use my finger instead of the brush just because it gives more of a pigment that way. It's super pretty and has a high shine of gold. You can also spray MAC Fix Plus onto your brush if you want to build up the shade. I went ahead and built it up as opaque as I wanted it to look, and it came out pretty nice. I went over with the brush a little bit more, and then I was pretty happy with the color. So we're gonna go in with the Ofra highlight, just the first one in the palette, spray it with a little bit of Fix Plus, and then we're going to put that in the inner corners of the eyes just to give it that pop of highlight, and it also does make your eyes look a lot more open. Moving on to a color called Freshly Toasted in the palette. This is more of a chestnut type of color. It's really pretty to go just above your crease. It's a really nice neutral color and blends really pretty with the gold. So when I'm putting eyeshadow on, I like to look down in the mirror. I have more of a hooded eye, so when I blend a little bit higher, you can see it better. So I'm going in with the same chestnut color called Freshly Toasted, and I'm just going to bring that right underneath the lash line. This is definitely going to pull the whole look together, especially if you're going to wear eyeliner on the top, which I am going to do today. Bringing in that same light ochre color, we're going to put that right underneath the brow bone. It's just going to pull the whole eyeshadow look together and give you that pop underneath your brows. It's super pretty. And then I'm just going to lightly dust any fallout that I might have had from the shadow. So we're going in with the Schwing eyeliner from the Balm Cosmetics. I'm just going to lightly line the top eyelid of both sides. We're not going to do a wing today. You definitely want to take your time when doing the eyeliner just to make sure you get some even straight lines. And then again, I am looking down in the mirror and taking my time to do this. Going in with the Essence eye pencil, this one is in Silky Nude. It's like a nude white type of eyeliner that goes in your waterline. I'm just lightly gonna line the waterline in both sides of my eyes. It just really makes your eyes stand out. Then we're gonna go in with our Tarte mascara. This is kind of just a sample size that I received in an Ipsy bag, but I'm liking it so far. It's probably not my favorite that I've ever tried, but I'm just lightly gonna coat the top and bottom lashes. I like to do the lower lashes a little bit heavier than the top just because we are going to apply the lashes today. If you want more of a natural look, then you can skip the bottom mascara. I'm going in with Lover Girl lashes today. This is actually my friend's brand new lash line that she just came out with. You guys can check her out on Instagram at Lover Girl Lashes. I'm also using the Duo Lash Glue in black. This one is waterproof and it lasts all day long. I've loved this one for many years, and it's nice because it's a brush, so it's really easy to apply to the lashes. So I'm just putting these on with my fingers from the outer corners to the inner corners and then sticking them on in between. So we're going in with the Becca lip liner. I will list the color down below. Just lightly filling in the lips. Next we're going in with lipstick, and this is in Stila Cosmetics. The color is Bella. It's a really pretty vibrant pink. It's super neon. I actually forgot I was wearing this later in the day, and I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot. I am neon today, but it's pretty to have this pop of color every once in a while since I normally do more neutral color lips. It's super pretty. I love it. It's Barbie pink. And then I'm going to set with our MAC. This is the Watermelon Prep and Prime. It smells so amazing. So this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I appreciate all the support.